Muhammad, peace be upon him.
See that little girl there? A Muslim can marry that little girl today.
And many
That's wicked.
And many.
I'm right here. You got something to say? Come down and say it to me. Why would you bring a daughter that age to a wicked place like this?
Sir.
Why would you bring a daughter that age? I mean, that's what your prophet, a 50-year-old man looking at a girl like that and saying, that's marriage material, that's wrong.
Let us study what counts on the day of judgment is, are we having the right concept of God that Abraham used to have? He only used to worship the Creator, not Trinity, not any son or daughter, no father, mother, uncle, absolute oneness, Moses and Jesus. Jesus also said, by the way, in the Quran chapter 3 verse 51, Inna Allah Rabbi wa Rabbukum fa'budu hadha sirata mustaqim. The translation is, verily God is my God, Allah and your God. Worship Him alone. That is the right path.
This is what's unique about the Bible. Mormons, the Book of Mormon takes verses out of this into their book. The Quran, so it can be legitimate, pulls verses out of the Bible. The Bible is the Word of God.
Okay, how about like this? Mark chapter 12, the Gospel of Mark chapter 12, verse number 28. A Jewish person came to Jesus and asked him this question, million-dollar question. Of all the commandments, which one is the first, the greatest, all of them? Jesus, he replied in verse number 29 of Mark, Hear, O Israel, the Lord, our God, is only one. Worship Him with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and that is the first commandment.
And he was talking to the Jewish people.
And we Muslims say that God is only one.
He's a bastard religion. Oh, you're a bastard religion.
Okay, so
you didn't come from the vine of Israel.
We worship the same Creator that Abraham, Moses, and especially Jesus and Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to worship. No argument here.
Muhammad
is
a lie.
No argument.
Muhammad is a lie.
We are here just to convey the wonderful faith of Jesus.
And your religion is chopping heads off and burning churches right now. You want to come here and tell me you're normal and everything's nice? It's a lie. Be honest. At least I would have more respect with you if you would have said, you know what, you're right. Okay. You and I are talking and they're burning churches right now in Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia.
Okay, fine. I take what you're saying, right? Some Muslims are doing wrong things. Some Christians are doing wrong things. Some Jews are doing wrong things. That's a human problem.
What are Christianity doing?
Oh, all throughout.
You see how you're acting? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Standing here.
Look, with a smile.
I've been standing here for the last 10 minutes.
Go ahead.
No, I'm going to speak out. You're going to look at me because you're going to have respect for me as well.
You're next, woman. You don't want. I'm not your husband.
If you are,
what's the difference between Christianity?
If you represent Christianity,
what's the difference?
If you represent Christianity,
this is why women are silencing your religion, right?
No,
this is exactly why women just recently learned to drive a car in Saudi Arabia.
But you're not the one that's letting me talk.
Because
you're not letting me talk.
Reason why.
But you're not letting me talk. But you're not letting me talk. But you're not letting me talk. He's letting me talk.
Show me the
difference between Christianity.
Because I like to. You mentioned Catholicism and Christianity.
He's unbelievable.
She could be your sister. She's not my sister.
Well, look at me. Why am I a rebel? If you represent,
don't interrupt.
I'm going to interrupt if I want to because you are rude and you're acting like an animal.
Please.
So if you represent Christianity and he represents Islam,
I doubt she even has a husband. I doubt she even has a husband. I mean, what guy is going to listen to this all day?
If you represent Christianity and he represents Islam, as a human being, Islam is 10 times better than Christianity.
Just one second. One second. I came out here to meet my brothers.
We're not brothers. Let's make that very clear.
What is that?
Our Quran says in chapter 49, verse number 13, right?
You're not my brother.
Chapter.
See, he at least admits that. He at least. I would have more respect for him. I would have more respect for him. He's one of your own, and he's willing to say, even though he's an idiot for bringing a daughter in a place like this,
you have to be a human
knowing
first.
You're going to actually marry. Your prophet married something like that.
You have to be a human first to be called a brother. You're not even a human.
I take you as my brother.
You're a hate monger.
Because the Quran says, Quran is a book of unity. The Quran says in chapter 49.
Unity is here, killing people. Come on.
Chapter 49, verse number 13 says, God is speaking and God is saying, O mankind, O humanity, I have made you from one single male and one single female, and made you into nations and peoples and tribes, that you get to know each other. Not that you may hate and despise each other, you get to know each other. And then God says, and the best amongst you is the one who's a well-mannered person. Okay?
Your religion came from a whore.
It's not the
Your
belief.
religion didn't come from
So
Abraham.
that's my job to invite you to worship the one creator of Abraham.
You gonna let me inside? You gonna let me inside?
I'm not the organizer, by the way.
Oh, well, why not? Since you're so welcoming, why don't they let me inside? Why don't they let me be a speaker inside?
You can check with the security. I'm not an organizer. What I can say
But
is
if
that
you're all that, why not do it?
let us as brothers in humanity, let's worship the one creator so we can establish societies based upon morality, unity,
Morality as you're killing people right now? Come on.
spirituality,
Come on.
and peace and justice for all. And if we do that, inshallah, God willing, we will get the best in the hereafter. That's all my message of peace, my dear brother.
You don't.
Thank you
Your
very much.
message of peace is chopping
Thank
heads
you.
off. Let's be very honest.
Thank you very much.
Let's be very honest. All the security we have at all the airports, your religion.
So that's all I have to say.
And you never came up with an age for Aisha.
a message of
What's
peace
your
for you.
What's your interpretation? Give me a number. Was she 8? Was she 20? You. I'm asking you, not a scholar. How old was Aisha? You.
Let me ask you, you believe in Jesus?
Just a second,
Would
let him
Jesus
finish.
approve your behavior?
Absolutely,
today?
pal.
I don't think so.
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
Well, that's
Jesus
why
would
you
not
don't know
be
that
happy
Jesus
with
is
you
the
right
Son of
now.
God. Just give me a number.
Jesus said to love your enemy, even if you take us
I
not
got it.
as brothers,
I understand that. But
So,
you
know,
keep sidestepping the question. I'm asking you, not a scholar, not him. I'm not asking his opinion. You.
Okay, fine.
How old was Aisha?
Can I give you a 3-minute? No, I will.
What are you, a
speak now.
politician? Just
No,
give me
no.
an answer.
I
You
will
told me
say
Mary. I'm telling you, nowhere in the Bible does it say so. You
Can I
use
speak?
Catholicism.
Okay, can I speak
Number.
in
Just
the-
give me a number.
No, I will give you in the context the number. Okay, so this is the context. First and foremost, the Quran is silent about age. There are multiple hadiths.
Hadith is where I'm going, not the
Yeah, yeah.
not
Of course,
not the
of course.
Quran.
Okay.
If I talk to a Mormon, sometimes it's not written in the Book of Mormon.
Sure,
It's
sure.
in the Pearl of Great Price. It's others.
So can I speak? And in the context I will speak. Okay, it will be a cultural fallacy if we judge other cultures based upon our 21st century ethnocentric American culture. Number one. Number two would be if we travel back 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, in the time of Moses, Jesus, or Muhammad, peace be upon them, girls used to get married. It was acceptable right after they reached the age of puberty. The Jewish used to do it. The
I'm
Christians,
not talking
No, hold on, hold
Jews.
on.
Just give me a straight answer.
So in that context,
Don't try to justify it because you know it's going to be wrong.
He is
Just
giving
give
you a
me
straight
a
answer.
straight answer.
He is
I'm
giving you a
coming, my
straight
dear
answer.
brother, I'm
Keep your
coming
mind
to it.
open, ears open.
Okay.
He is giving you a straight answer.
Hang on.
I am giving.
I'm hanging on.
Okay, I'm giving the proper context. Okay, it was acceptable for anyone reaching the age of puberty to get married. Now, according to the hadith, she reached the age of puberty. The marriage was consummated when she was 9, according to some narrations.
9.
Some narrations they say something otherwise. Okay, so there's a conflict.
I didn't ask for commentary. I asked for
Okay,
you.
Number 4.
You.
Sure. So number 4 is that if the marriage was wrong for that time and that age in that culture, how come there was not an uproar from the Muslims, from any one of the wives, or from Aisha, peace be upon her, or from Islamophobes of that time? They all accepted the marriage. So the marriage was 100% accepted. Number 4, right? And number 5 is this. Number 5 is this. She became one of the greatest scholars of Islam. She passed down the deen, the message about peace and unity, about how to pray, how
She
to
talks
connect
about
with God.
being beaten by
No.
Muhammad.
No, not a single time.
Come on.
No.
You're not being very honest. And again,
So
why
these- so
can't you
these are
just
the
give an
5.
answer?
I did.
Oh, so you're saying
I did.
7, 8 years old?
No, I didn't say 7, 8. I said she was 9 according to one set of narrations when the marriage was consummated.
So,
And this
he
is the
married
same
her
age.
younger than 9, but had intercourse at age 9.
After she reached the age of puberty, people at that time in those cultures, even in 200 years ago in our country, our founding fathers, they approved those marriages. If you're
Not a
lately-
9-year-old, buddy. I don't know where you get your
Yes,
history from.
Delaware and Alabama and Kentucky and in Seattle.
It's
This-
still
no.
wrong. Okay?
According
Just
to who?
because the
According to
Bible. The Bible. That's a child.
Bible does not have
That's a child.
Bible does not have a minimum age for marriage. Show me one place.
According to your
That's a
Bible,
child.
Jesus doesn't say
No.
he's God, by the
But
way.
not
Yes.
In your Bible,
Do you
Jesus-
worship Jesus? Do you
I
only
don't-
worship God?
I only
You got,
worship God.
you
I
got
only worship
verses where
one
Jesus
God. I
was
don't
worshipped there.
I don't
pal.
worship a mortal man.
You got Jesus being worshipped and he never corrected
According to your
people.
Bible, Jesus
You got
never said
4
he was
times
God.
where Jesus was worshipped. How are you going to handle that?
Okay,
That's an
fine.
example. That's not a verse.
Okay, fine. So let us now come to theology, okay, my dear friend. Okay, first and foremost, the most important thing for me when I stand in front of God is, did I worship the right God, the right concept of God, right?
You
That is the-
failed.
We worship a creator who is eternal, was not born.
Mormons said the same
Okay,
thing.
number 2.
Catholics said the same thing.
Number 2, God, according to Islam, according to the Quran, is not a triune God. Jesus never came to say, I am God and worship me. Jesus said that when his disciples came to ask him this question, right, in Matthew chapter 6, verse number 9, who do we worship and how do we worship? You can look this up. Jesus pointed to the heaven and he said, worship that entity. And we said, then the Lord's Prayer. If he were God, he would have said, I am God, worship me.
Thomas worshipped Jesus after Jesus
No, he did
rose
not.
from the dead.
No, he did not.
It's in the Bible.
I saw
Thomas worshipped.
No, he did
That's
not.
one of many
No, he
people.
did not.
And Jesus didn't say, Thomas, get up. What are you doing worshiping
Time
me?
and time
I
again.
give
How can
lectures
you believe
on the
it?
So now
Bible.
you're going to quote.
That
Now
book
you're
has
going to.
been
Now the
changed
Bible's
over and
wrong.
over again. Yes.
But yet you
That
want to
book-
quote. You want to use this same book in the Quran,
single word in
and you
that-
want to say it's wrong.
A single word
A
in that
double
book
standard.
is unreliable.
Double standard.
That book is unreliable. How can you quote anything from that book?
Jesus himself worshipped God. So are you saying there are 2 gods? Who was Jesus worshipping?
There's 3. There's
Three
3
gods.
that all make the one God.
How?
It's called the Godhead.
How?
It's like 1 John.
Jesus never-
1 John teaches that. There are 3 that bear record in heaven. The Father, the Word, the Holy Ghost. These 3 are one.
But
That's-
1 John 1:7 has been taken out. It's a plagiary within the Bible. King James have it, NIV does not, RSV does not, by the way. So how many Bibles do you have?
You have
No,
many.
no.
Even if you remove that, you
No, no.
have many verses. Jesus
Show me
said,
one
"Me and my
single
I and my Father are one."
In what
Why did
context?
God
He's
stop
one.
at 3
What the hell is that?
Godheads?
He's one.
Why did he
And
stop
after
at
he
3
said, "Me and my
Godheads?
disciples He's one.
One second, okay. In John chapter 10, verse number 29, Jesus said, my Father is greater than I. That means Father is greater than Jesus. In John chapter 14, verse number 28, Jesus said, my Father is greater than I. That means Father is greater than Jesus. And in John chapter 30, then Jesus said, me and my Father are one in the context of same purpose, not a same person.
You can't even believe in Jesus as the Son of God.
He's not.
So you're going to have different. So then the Bible is wrong.
No.
You believe like this guy.
They
At
are-
least he was honest.
My dear
This
friend,
Muslim, who I wouldn't trust,
David-
even babysit an ant, I would at least appreciate him because he's at least saying the Bible is wrong.
David is mentioned in Psalm chapter 2, verse number 7 as the begotten Son of God. So according to the Bible, according to the Old Testament times, according to the Eaton's Bible Dictionary, if you look at the Son of God category, it says anyone who is righteous is called as the Son of God. So Son of God is a metaphorical term. It's not a literal
There's a
term.
difference between a capital S
There is no capital
and
in
a
Hebrew.
small
There
S.
is no capital in
That's
Hebrew.
the concept about the King James Bible.
There is no
it's
concept.
unique in that regard,
Greek-
which you wish to discard.
Greek, Arabic, Hebrew, they don't have capital letters.
And when you have examples of Jesus Christ being worshipped,
No, he was not.
you have to
No, he was
display
not. No, he was
either
not.
it's a false Bible, like this guy says,
Okay.
or it's true. And Jesus would have corrected the guy and say, "Don't worship me. Get up, Thomas." He actually been worshipped with people that had a healing. They came and they worshiped. That's what the Bible says.
According
They
to-
worshipped him.
According to the Strong's Concordance of the Bible, the word worship is a Greek word that is prokunios. Prokunios was done by the angels to humans. It was done by it means by you're couching
It's
it as-
worship.
No, it's
It's
not.
worship.
That's a wrong translation, my dear friend.
So then the Bible is there.
The King James Version, the translation is wrong.
Oh, it's wrong.
Because according
So then why would you take verses out of the Bible
We have not.
and apply them into
We have
the
not.
Quran?
We have not.
Yes, you're just like the Mormons. The Mormons say, no, that's not true, but yet they're going to pull verses
No, no.
out of this same Bible and put it into their holy book.
Quran was given independently by the Creator, and Jesus was given certain revelation. just because they are matching verses, they have the same source. Later on, Bible was altered and edited and revised, but the Quran remained pure. So for that reason, you see some overlapping words, not because Bible, New Testament was copied into the Quran, but because they have the same source. If you go to
You don't have the same source.
If you use the argument that Quran copies the Bible, then there are many things common between the New Testament and the Old
That's what
Testament.
you said.
No.
I didn't say it. That's what you said.
No, I said
You
Quran
wanted to
is-
come with this unity. Play it back. That's what you said. No. We believe we've got verses in the Bible that we use in the Quran. See,
I didn't say that. Why would I say that?
You
Quran is
speak with
coming
a
from
double
God.
standard. You want to come with a smile. At least this idiot is honest. He's going to wind up in hell, but at least he's honest. You want to come with a smile.
Inshallah, go to paradise. If you also embrace the oneness of God and Quran as the
But you
final
reject
messenger.
Jesus as the Son of God.
Jesus never
And quite frankly, you probably hate Jews too. If it weren't for America,
So you're probably more
if it weren't
hateful
for
than-
America,
you're more hateful
you guys
towards
would have
Jews.
destroyed Israel a long time ago.
I bet you hate Jews.
No, I don't.
I bet you
We
hate
preach to them
Jews.
too.
Disagree with the Zionist
I bet you hate
ideology. I don't
Jews.
hate Jews.
You know-
or
you
any-
You don't have anything ticking in that bag?
Oh,
Open it up before. If I'm going to get in a conversation, I'm going to check the bag.
They're upset
Just
that
one
the
thing
U.S. is being changed, and guess what? The United States is going to be beautiful today, and tomorrow more Muslims will be here.
No, we
New
want
York-
them out.
New York City
I'd
schools now
like to have
have
them
halal
out.
food.
I would
New
love
York
to have my
City's-
president
New
get
York
you out
City
of my
schools have
country.
halal food.
I'll
New
take
York
you right
City
to the
schools
airport.
have Eid
You
holidays.
Just 2 more minutes. Okay.
No, it's not. It's reality.
No, you just tried to say like, oh, are we hating? Who's hating now? We're trying to make you
No,
understand.
your
We're trying
religion
to
is killing
educate.
people.
Religion
That's
never.
because we're in America, pal.
Religion is
That's
not.
because we got police
religion is
officers
not
over
a
there.
person that can kill people.
No, that's because we got police officers right there.
You have more.
If we were
you
in
have more
Kuwait,
people
you'd be
outside
chopping
the-
my
outside-
head
you have
off.
more people
If we
outside
were
the
in
country.
Afghanistan, you'd be chopping my head
Religion can never
off.
kill. Religion can never kill people. Religion is not a person.
Your religion
It's
does.
How can a religion kill people?
That's
People
my
kill
million-dollar
people.
question.
You can go.
Which is
ask-
why my
you can
president, who
go
I
to
voted
Florida.
for,
You can go to
should
Texas.
send you out of my
You can
country.
go to Texas.
You gotta go.
That's
You're
working
gonna go
out really
kill
You and your
a
family gotta go.
17-year-old kid killing people.
Let's start with you
And
first.
He belongs in what? Christianity. So Christianity killing people? No.
When did Christianity kill anybody?
Never. The religion never kills people.
More people have been killed by Christian males in this earth than anyone else.
Give me some examples.
The 17-year-old kid in Florida, and you heard that news. They killed people. He's a Christian. He killed in the name of Christian, but we understand that Christianity never kills people because we believe in Jesus as a prophet
Son of God.
as a prophet of
Yeah,
God.
that's way different.
Okay, let me ask you.
That's where we
If you
differ.
can show me one unequivocal statement. One unequivocal statement. You know what unequivocal statement means? Meaning that means Jesus clearly saying, "Hey, I am God. Worship me." If you can show me one unequivocal statement,
If I do, you
Yeah.
say the Bible's out of context like
and
he
listen,
did.
there is.
It's been translated
Let
wrongly
me,
like he did.
brother, I'm
That is
sorry.
a
Let me
challenge.
introduce you
That
first.
is a
My name is
challenge,
Ruben. What's your name?
Ruben.
Ruben. Nice to meet you. If you want.
Pinky.
Pinky. Okay.
I'd love to give you a good solid handshake. But I'd be a hypocrite. I'd be a phony.
No, it's not.
I can only give you a pinky.
It's a natural human gesture, but I'm saying the red. Are there red letters in the Bible?
Yes,
red
they are.
statements? Okay. Is there any red sentences? Unequivocal statement, meaning there is a clear sign, clear cut saying that Jesus saying, "Hey, I am God. Worship me." Because when God comes into the earth, He should say or He should identify them. Hey, I'm God. Worship me. There is no unequivocal statement in here.
I gave you actual. Relax. I know it's a Muslim convention. It's not gunshots. You didn't see me flinch. I realize it's a Muslim. And not only did I give you verses,
Muslims are everywhere, bro.
not only did I give you verses, I gave you examples where Jesus. Hang on. You asked the question. Relax, Omar. Where Jesus actually was worshipped. That's an example. That's beyond a Bible verse. A Bible verse, you'll turn into him. Well, that's not the original Greek. You cannot dispute an actual example. Jesus Christ was worshipped by people.
So where
He
were
never
people?
said, guys, get up, don't bow down, don't worship me. He took it because he knew he's God in the flesh.
You're done. Let me explain this to you. So now you can go and worship this pole, this or someone. You know, it doesn't mean that like that person is asking for it. I'm saying there is not a single unequivocal statement in the Bible in the red letters. In the whole, and there, when you say Bible, it's like Gospel of Luke, Matthew, Mark, and John. You know, and none of these only, and John comes like much later after Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and all these people.
Let's do a famous John 3:16.
No, I'm saying
God
because you know,
so loved the world, He gave
brother, you made your statement.
His only begotten Son. There's red letters.
You've made your statement.
It's
Let
there.
me complete mine, please. No, out of respect.
It's there.
Out of respect.
You asked me for a verse, I gave it to you.
No, you did. I didn't.
Why don't you
completing
complete?
mine.
Why don't you
Yeah, let me
complete? Then
complete.
I have to leave. Just give me 2 minutes. Why don't you then 2 minutes quickly? Then I will leave.
No,
Right?
I'm saying, brother, that's my one and only statement. There is no, you cannot find any unequivocal statement. You can find me. Can you please show me? Like, and I would love to see it and
That
love
is
to
a
learn
good
more.
challenge.
I gave you that verse.
No, if you can show me.
I gave it to you.
Bible cannot be, you know, this is how many pages? Like 400, 1,000, so whatever it is. There is like how many years of God, the book of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John. There's so many books. How can you compile down into one book? There's like so many versions. You're taking context out.
So your challenge is that show one place, not that other people are worshipping a pole, a monkey, a Jesus, but Jesus himself saying,
yes.
I am God, worship. You know, God of the
He
Old
says,
Testament.
honor the Son as you honor the Father.
No, if you, that's my challenge to you. If you can show me, I'll walk up.
I give you
I will shake your hand.
and then
I'll
I
shake
give you
No,
examples. Examples supersede
Brother, I
the
can
verse.
give you examples of so many. These are the.
Let him get his 2 minutes, and then he's walking.
Yeah, because my wife is making you're surveilling. Okay, fine. You know, there are 4 quick points. One point is that worshipping the same creator who created all of us. We may differ in the definition, but what we Muslims say is the creator, sustainer, eternal. He is a forgiving, merciful, powerful, loving creator, right?
Gotcha.
Number 2 is that God, by His loving and guiding nature, He appointed prophets and messengers to help us. So we are not lost. So He appointed Moses and Abraham and Solomon and David and Moses and Jesus and Muhammad, peace be upon them. So He gave them revelation that invites your people to worship only one God, not to worship creation, humans and animals and creation, worship only one God, right? Point number 2. Point number 3 is that God sent many revelations, like a study guide. When you went to school, like a study guide. And many revelations were given. Moses, Jesus, Abraham, David were given revelation. Some of them got changed. So God sent His final book, the Quran, to Muhammad, peace be upon him. And He took the guarantee of preserving it. So the Quran that we have is exactly the same one that was given to Muhammad, peace be upon him. It has solutions for humanity's problems. You know, discord that we have, disunity, drug problem, gambling, breakdown of the family structure, suicide, homicide, drugs, gambling. Quran has solutions along with the Hadith and the Sunnah of Muhammad, peace be upon him, right? That's number 3. And the last point is this. Just like when we work somewhere, there's always a criteria, an assignment that we need to complete so we can get a check from our boss. When we go to school, we need to complete certain assignments, certain policies of the school teacher so we can get a good grade. In the same way, God said in the Quran, chapter 2, verse number 25, that anyone who has the right belief and doing good deeds, God will guarantee those people eternal paradise. So I hope and pray, my dear brother in humanity and all of my brothers up there, that we only worship the creator of Abraham and all of us. That we do good deed as was done, as was revealed in the Quran.
Your deeds
And
are not going to get you to
So
heaven.
in that way we can
I
stop.
agree.
So we can stop. No, God says by the mercy of God, eventually a person goes. So what deeds do and what belief does, they will have God fulfill. God will look at that as a criteria to send His mercy. Mercy itself would be the final deciding factor.
And,
Right.
and you've escaped the mercy of God by rejecting Jesus as the Son of God. Everything that you said,
But do you accept the 4 important points? by the way,
everything
right?
that you said, a Catholic has told me. Everything that you said, a Mormon has told
Not
me.
about the Quran, not about
No,
Muhammad.
they got their own books.
Yeah, but
They got their own books.
read the Quran. If you don't have the Quran, I can run up there. I can give a copy free of charge to each single one of
Bring them up.
right?
I'll
Can you bring 5
bring 'em up.
copies?
Just one thing,
No,
because
I'm leaving. So my friend is getting 5 copies of the Quran.
Bring 'em up.
Yeah, in English translation. And the only thing.
But you know what? If I read it and I find an error,
Read it with
I'm
open
going to
heart.
talk to somebody just like you, and you know what you're going to say? It's not the original language. It's been
So-
watered down in ink.
1 second, I'm leaving. Right?
You know that's what's going to happen. If I show you, you're going to say, well, that's not what the original, it's the English language. See, that's what's different about the Bible. When God translated in English, it's perfect.
So the-
It's perfect.
God did never translate it in English because Jesus.
was he playing golf that day? Come on.
No, you cannot say that. Let me first.
I know he's leaving, so just give him a couple of minutes. I'll spend some extra time with you. I know some Muslims need more time.
So my brothers are going to give you a copy of the Quran. Only request is respect it and just read with a sincere heart, open mind. Oh God, please guide me wherever the truth is. And my job is not to convert you, by the way. Only God can. All I can do is
It wouldn't happen.
yeah. All
Once I
can-
tasted of Jesus Christ, I will never go after anybody else.
All I can do is I care about you, I care about humanity, and my job is fighting. Be a peacemaker for humanity. With that, peace be upon you.
How can you
May
say
God
that knowing
guide you
your
and bless you.
religion?
Okay?
Your religion is killing people just like me.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay.